Alright, what's going on guys? Chunks here. Today we got something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a live commentary over a speed run of Pokemon Crystal, but with a STARMIE custom starter. It's a little bit different, so if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really lets me know that you guys are really, this is what you want to see. And I'm glad to, pump out stuff like this if that's what people want. But anyways, this is, like I was saying, this is a modded Pokemon Crystal to, one, make sure the text is instant and mashable. I can just hold A and get through that. And then also I can customize my starter, which is, that's the big one, right? So we customize our starter. We get a Starmie. It's going to be in the far right slot, replacing the Chikorita. That is pretty important. It makes the rival easier because this is a speed run. We're trying to go fast. We want to go really fast. So yeah, we're gonna grab our starter here, and we're just gonna see how it goes. Starmie, it's a pretty good Pokemon. It learns a lot of moves, but just not through level up. So we're gonna have to be using TMs, and if you guys don't know, TMs are kind of scarce in this game, especially the teachable ones for Starmie. So yeah, let's just get right into it. We're gonna be heading on here shortly to the first badge, which is Falkner. We get Bubble Beam to start, so that's a plus. We get a really good starting move, and yeah, let's get right into the Falkner fight. So he's gonna use the Flying Gym. He's got a Pidgey and a Pidgeotto. And let me tell you, we're just going to hit Bubble Beam, and that's all we're going to hit. We're going to be hitting Bubble Beam and Bubble Beam only, basically, until Gym 4. So, we also went basically min battles to Falkner's gym. I didn't really battle anyone else. Yeah, as you can see, it looks like we're going to be getting kind of low. Pidgeotto barely lives. We live on 4, and we just clean up. We are still faster than the Pidgeotto, so yeah, we just a nice little cleanup for the first badge. We get the first TM, which is good for money, but we can't really teach it. We're just kind of still stuck with our moves of Tackle, Rapid Spin, Recover, and Bubble Beam. But anyway, let's move on to the second gym. And that's right before the second gym. I got to take on Rival 2 before the gym because, spoiler alert, we have a terrible matchup against Bugsy, so we need to be able to we need to be leveled up enough so where we don't get destroyed by the Scyther. So we're going to be fighting Rival 2 first. And he's a little bit trolly, but so, since our starter isn't weak to his starter, we kind of just it's kind of a free battle after the first month. So the Ghastly is a little bit trolly, puts us to sleep. Next comes in the Zubat, which that's a big troll, but luckily for us, it's we get away scot-free as it misses its supersonic. And then the Quilava is going to come in, and we should have no problems with that. We resist its moves. We just hit Bubble Beam, classic. Yeah, as you can tell, this is no speed up. We do use items in battle. This is a pure speed run. We're just trying to go fast. But anyway, let's move on to Bugsy. The rival done. Let's move on to Bugsy. As you can see, I did run into that spinner at the top, which caused me, I do lose a little bit of time, but I do get the XP to level 15, which is very much needed. Make sure I one-shot the Metapod that's going to come out here first, and it makes sure that I outspeed the Scyther as well, which is that's the main concern. We have the perfect amount of Bubble Beams, 5 for this as well, as you can tell. It's going to be a one-shot on the Metapod, it's going to be a 3-shot on the Scyther, and then it'll be a one-shot on the Kakuna. So yeah, no, if we don't one-shot the Metapod, So we have to be level 15 so we can one-shot the Metapod. If we don't one-shot the Metapod, that means it uses String Shot. We become slower than the Scyther, which means we have to get a Bubble Beam slow, or else we lose. But we don't lose there, since we're already level 15. And now we can just one-shot the Kakuna. And with that, we get taken down Bugsy, and we can move on to Whitney, who is, you know, can be a huge menace to a speedrun. You know, you're supposed to be going as fast as possible, and let me tell you, that Miltank does not let you go as fast as possible sometimes, you know. It's a very known thing. But anyway, let's get back through the gym here, and let's head over to Whitney's gym. So now here we are at Whitney. Should be sending in the Clefairy. I think the Clefairy is probably the bigger issue, considering you're just going to outspeed the Miltank anyways. The Metronome can really give you some pains. We actually kind of get fairly lucky here. We only get a 3-hit double slap, and we get Swift, which I mean is not really that good, but we get through it. You did see Tackle there. Save our power points a bit for Bubble Beam. But yeah, here's the Miltank. It's a big troll, you know, a lot of but we do get a crit, which is crazy. It misses. It also misses a rollout, so we're just like it's free. It's probably the freest Miltank fight you'll ever see. Honestly, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. We get through Whitney's gym fight pretty quickly, you know. We're gonna pick up the plain badge, we get our 3rd badge, and we're very close to finally using a move that's not Bubble Beam, that's not a physical move. Spoiler alert, it is still the same type as Bubble Beam. It is Surf. I'm gonna be skipping the Kimono fights anyways. I'm gonna let you guys know now. They aren't really that eventful. They can be a little bit trolly with, like, you know, the Espeon and the Vaporeon control you a bit with Sand Attack, but like besides that, it's not too bad. We're gonna be heading on over to the Morty fight. The rival fight also not really. Rival 2 was basically the only one I was gonna show. It's the only one that is kind of relevant to show. But you know, this fight is also really not. You think it's a bad matchup because they're ghost types. Like I outspeed them anyways. Like they got Lick. Lick is their move of choice, you know. Plus I outspeed anyways, and like they would just want to put you to sleep. That's like the main thing, is like he wants to try to put you to sleep, but he, you know, misses. Like this fight can be trolly, but it's really not. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And then once we're down to the last haunter here, we one-shot it with Surf. Like I said, we pick up Surf. The game is also even easier because, you know, you do a bigger damage water move. So it's like I have weaker water move and I have strong water move. Now we can use that water move outside of battle. And yeah, we're gonna be heading on down to Chuck's gym next. Big shocker there. It is kind of a tough matchup. So yeah, here we are. We'll be at Chuck's gym fight. This one's a bit of a troll. We are a psychic type, but we do not have any psychic type moves. We don't learn one. The only level up move we have is Confuse Ray at level 37, which we're 10 levels to. So we just have Surf. And if you know, Chuck's second mon is a Poliwrath, and that's a water fighting type. And let me tell you, it does like to troll, and it is very hard to get rid of when, you know, the Surf is not very effective. But we did buy X specials, and that's what we're using them for. Trust me here, the Surfs do more damage than the tackles, and it's not even close. Like, it's just not even close, you know. And we get pretty lucky here. It misses Dynamic Punch, misses Hypnosis, doesn't go for lock on, and we just get to skate by fairly unharmed, which is really nice. Now we get Fly, and we're gonna be heading. We're gonna do the rocket section, which, you know, it's not that big of a deal. That we're just gonna skip right past that. I think we're just gonna go straight to Price's gym, I believe. Oh no, oh yeah, that's right. We're picking up our second useful move, which is TM10, which is Hidden Power. And I specifically set up this Hidden Power to be Hidden Power Ice, which is very, very good on STARMIE. We have Hidden Power Ice, Surf, Bubble Beam. It is, and we finally have a move that is not a water type move. But unfortunately for us, it's not going to really help against Price, who is the ice type. Oh, as you can see, I didn't even heal here, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. We're just going to use some X specials. We're going to get our speed lowered. We're just going to use one. I believe that's all I need. Oh yeah, look at that damage. I guess the crit. We get our speed drop twice here. I don't think it really matters too much anyways. In the long run, we're going up against the Dugong, which is probably our worst matchup here. You see, it's not too big of a deal. We just get a surf off. I'm gonna have to heal though, which not just a little bit of delay, but still fine. We are slower than the Dugong now, and it is using headbutt, so we can get flinched. That possibility is there, but I'm not too worried about it. Just one more surf. Oh, and we got the rest, which is not good. Rest is not good, but I believe if I just spam surf here, even though I'm slower, which is the bad part, I do get a crit, which is very, very nice. And so that means the Dugong is just going to stay asleep, and we're going to knock it out with Bubble Beam. So that was another clutch crit for us. Could have been a disaster, but the crit's coming in clutch here. We would have just been like rest stalled there, but now we just one shot with Surf on the Piloswine, and you know what? And we took an annoying fight, and we kind of made it a little bit easier, you know. Now we pick up our 6th gym badge. We'll be heading on over to Jasmine next, who yeah, you know, like there are downsides of Jasmine. She has Magnemites, but she also has a Steelix, which we can one-shot for sure, right? So here are the Magnemites. Actually, I'll spoil it now. This fight is just nothing. Like, these Magnemites, they just can't hold up, man. Surf is just too much. Surf just one-shots everything here, and yeah, then we'll have the really lengthy rocket area that we're just gonna skip through. You guys don't need to watch that. It's like 30 minutes of literally nothing. Like 30 minutes of me conserving my PowerPoints. So yeah, we're just gonna skip all the way to Claire. That's who's gonna be next. So yeah, I'll see you guys at the Claire fight here shortly. Once we get the badge, we have to get the badge. We have to get the TMs. You know how it is. Yeah, once we'll get to the Claire fight, which should be another pretty tough battle for us. I mean, with Hidden Power Ice, anything can happen, right? It is still a bit of a troll fight. We're gonna X special here. We're gonna get Thunder Waved, which is known. That's what happens like every time you fight Claire. And then the Dragon Breath is gonna come in, and we don't get parried. That's the key. If we don't get parried here, which means we outspeed everything, and I don't think the crit mattered. I'm pretty sure it was just +1. Hidden Power Ice, it just KOs. I believe this is also the strongest Hidden Power Ice as well. You can set your EVs, your DVs, I guess they are in this game, right? You could set them to however you want. So I made it a max power Hidden Power Ice. It just cleans up these Dragonair, and then we'll just have the Kingdra left, which, you know, it's just gonna spam Surf. It's not honestly not that bad. I guess it also has Dragon's Breath, but as long as it doesn't paralyze us, we're pretty fine. We're also gonna use Recover, save a heal move, because I mean, might as well use that instead of using a Hyper Potion. Gets us back up to full. we could just, yeah, Hyper Potion, unfortunately. I believe it's just one Hyper Potion. We can just go back, just use 2 more Hidden Power, or I guess a Bubble Beam, and then I'll use a Hidden Power, which is what I should have done before. Oh, we get crit though, and we get parried, which is not good. This fight a little bit more trolly than I wanted it to be. Honestly, if I didn't get parried there, I would have been fine. But since the parry came in, it was just not good. But with the Hyper Beam, that means even if we get parried once, we should be fine. Yep, don't get parried. Take it out. We're going to Dragon Den, grab the badge. But then after that, we're going straight to the Elite Four, which I believe we're just going to skip over getting the badge part. We're going straight to the Elite Four here. Yep. And we're going to be fighting Will. We're making pretty good time, honestly. You know, you guys can't see it here, but, you know, this is a pretty decent time. I haven't had too many. There have been a couple trip ups, you know, see with Claire, but and with Price, you know, a little bit slow there, but we still have the Bitterberry because we haven't been confused at all. So we saved the Bitterberry from the beginning. We get a nice crit right there. Just straight knock out the Xatu in one shot. The Executor, which is not a good matchup for us, but then Power Ice, that flips it on its head. And I believe, oh yeah, it's just gonna be the other Xatu, which again, we just hit Surf, so we don't get that the text saying it's super effective. It's waste time. We're just hitting Surf. We're just gonna keep hitting Surf. The Jinx is coming out. We're just gonna keep hitting, like I said, keep hitting Surf. And you know, it might look a little bit dodgy, but it's just not too bad. We're just gonna clear through everything. If you guys didn't know, they can only heal on their Pokemon that's the highest level. This is the only one they can heal with their healing items in these older games. And also, yet again, Slowbro, terrible matchup for us. It's gonna be spamming Amnesia. It's gonna be spamming Curse. It's going to be boosting its defenses. We just got to get rid of it as fast as we can. Hopefully we don't get parried. We don't get parried. And we just going to knock it out really easily. Very nice. And now we're just going to head on to the next Elite Four member. There's Koga. So Koga also likes to troll. Likes to poison. Likes to boost evasion. You know, very, very unfun battle if gone poorly. I believe this one, I can't remember. I've had a couple times where it does go very, very poorly, but I'm pretty sure this one's fairly normal. I think I missed like once. I barely missed the knockout on the Gyarados. I feel like that's a range. I feel like I could have, that's a range that I should have hit it, but it's fine. We still have Bubble Beam. We didn't miss. Fortress. You know, a very bulky Mon has one weakness, which is a 4x weakness to fire. You know what? We almost one-shot it there with Surf. I believe a Bubble Beam will just pick up the knockout. Real easy. Easy does it. And now a Crobat, which Hidden Power Ice should just hopefully pick up the one-shot. Nope. Wow, that actually doesn't. But a second one, it went for Toxic instead of Double Team, so we got a little bit of a break there. But here's the big problem. Muck, big problem. It's super bulky on the special side. Yeah, it's gonna be a 3-shot. Loves to use Minimize. Loves to just, you know, troll. But we get a nice crit, knock it out in 2 hits. And now we're just down to Venomoth, which is, you know, goes down real easily, just one serve. You know, this fight would be so much easier if I just had a Psychic move, but, well, we'll get to that. Psychic is coming real soon. Once we're done with this once we're done with the Elite Four, we basically get our full move set. So anyway, yeah, let's get on to Bruno, who's no joke in this game, but still kind of a joke when you have a Psychic type. You know, his moves just aren't going to do that much. Most of the Pokemon still just get one-tapped, even without a super effective move. So yeah, we got Starmie here. But I guess I can go on to, we're going to be getting 2 moves. We're going to be filling out, we're going to be getting rid of Bubble Beam, we're going to be getting rid of Recover as soon as we're done with the Elite Four. It's like the first things we do. You might know, you might not know, but I will say, one involves having the coin case, and the other one just involves going to Kanto, which is just, it's Psychic. It's Psychic. We get Psychic after the Elite Four, and we also get access to. I guess you guys couldn't tell. I think I skipped the part, but I did set it to Friday. I'm pretty sure it's Friday. I set it to a specific day in the week to where a specific tutor shows up outside of the game corner in Goldenrod, and he can teach you Thunderbolt. So we get Thunderbolt, we get Hidden Power Ice, we get Psychic, we get Surf, and we just have the perfect 4 moves on a Pokemon. Let me tell you, the game becomes literally easy. So all we have to do is just, we have to get through the Elite Four. A good swagger miss right there. I know I'm just kind of BSing right now, but like I said, this fight was just nothing. Bruno's just nothing. But anyway, we're gonna be getting to Karen now, who is once again troll, likes to troll. It's the Umbreon. It does, even though it doesn't do that much damage, it does like to troll more often than not, with its sand attacks and whatnot. Likes to use sand attack. Yeah, as you can see, my accuracy's falling. I say that's fine. So, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, it does like to confuse. So this is where I get confused. If I get confused, if I get my accuracy dropped, I do just switch. I let one of my back mons just take the hit and faint, so I can bring my Starmie back in, and it's no longer confused. It no longer has that accuracy drop, and I can just clean up. We're just good to clean up here. It's it's very, very simple. And that's why I allow switching. I personally like allowing switching, and plus it's a speed run. I gotta go as fast as possible, and that's the fastest way to get rid of, to make sure I'm not confused. Fastest way to make sure I'm not don't have accuracy drops, and I make sure I'm hitting everything. Now if Vileplume comes in, we're just gonna hit Hidden Power. We have Hidden Power for this reason, mostly for the grass types. It was really good against Claire, but it's also really, really useful against grass types, because I just wouldn't have a move to hit grass types without it, and it would make it a lot harder. But yeah, no, we get through the Gengar here. It only knows Lick, no Shadow Ball. Yeah, actually, like I said, once you get past the Umbreon, this fight's pretty simple. We do have the coverage moves. The Houndoom comes in, and it stands absolutely no chance. Yeah, we're heading to Lands next, and as you could expect, he's probably not going to be that hard either. With Hidden Power Ice, he's just gonna have he has 3-4 times weak, or no, I guess he has Dragonairs, but he still has Dragonites, right? He still has Dragonites, and they're still super weak to Hidden Power Ice. He just has the Gyarados, which, Thunderbolt would be so nice for here, but we don't have it yet. As you can also tell, we're also collecting some special, or some rare candies as well, which those will come in. Not now. They come in for the last fight, but since the Gyarados started with a Hyper Beam, we're just gonna use Recover on its recovery turn. Make sure we're at full here. Make sure we can tank any attack. See it? Yep. Every time it uses Hyper Beam, I'm just gonna recover, just so I can get that health back, stay healthy, because I don't want to get one tapped by the Aerodactyl. It just stays healthy against Dragonites. Make sure I just can't get one tapped by anything. Can't have any sneaky attacks. Just take me out. But yeah, all the Dragonites are just gonna easily go down. We're at plus, maybe at +1, maybe at +2 hidden powers. Like they're 4 times super effective. These Dragonites stood absolutely no chance. And then we also, he's gonna have he still has one more Dragonite. Like I said, 3 Dragonites. But then the last 2 are just super weak to water type moves. And we just get a 1-tap those really easily. Here we go, our last Dragonite. Now he's gonna send the Aerodactyl, which is the one I'm probably the most scared of, right? But we still outspeed it. No, not a problem. Not with all the stat XP we get. Very nice. And we also, there's just a Charizard left, which, you know, it's a Charizard. It is weak to Surf. It gets 1-tap by Surf. So now we've become champion. We're going to be getting our 2 moves of choice that we really need. We've saved up our money. Specifically, as you can tell, my inventory's empty. I don't want to buy anything because I want to be able to afford it's 4,000 coins. With those 4,000 coins, you can exchange those at the vendor for a TM, and that TM is going to be Thunderbolt for us. We're going to be getting Thunderbolt. We're going to be getting Psychic, and then the game's just really easy. Like I think I'll show a couple. I'll show two gym leader fights for Kanto. I'll show 2 gym fights for Kanto. So here we are. We're grabbing 4,000 coins. I accidentally hit Ice Beam there. I was confused. I was like, wait, why did I hit Ice Beam? No, we want Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is the one we want. It's gonna take over Recover, go Thunderbolt, and then we go onto the boat, which I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip over the boat. We're going straight to Saffron. We're going right to Mr. Psychic's house. We're getting Psychic. We're teaching it. Now we have the full STARMIE moveset. Now this is the real STARMIE experience, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. Get Psychic, teach Psychic. And look at that, it's beautiful. It is actually beautiful. Now we're gonna go. I'm gonna show the Erica fight. I do want to show it off because, like, oh, you know, Erica should be tough, right? Should be tough, but no, we're a level 49 compared to 42. Like, it's just, we have hidden power ice, max power, hidden power ice. Like, it's very easy. You know, jump puff, goodbye. Yeah, you're not standing a chance. And then all the poison types are just gonna get psychic as well. And maybe you're thinking, oh, but what about Misty? Would Misty be bad? No, I picked. We saw. I picked up Thunderbolt. Misty is not a problem. Surge, also not a problem. I just saved Surge until last. Usually, like, you can do him first, but I decided, you know, do it. Wait until the last one, right? Fight him last before I go through the tunnel and go fight Brock. Just make sure I'm at the highest level. Oh, I do take a Solar Beam. That is why I wanted to show this off. I messed up. The Bellossom healed, and I took a Solar Beam, but I still tanked it. I think this is like the only damage I take from most of these gym fights. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I like. Wow, I rewatched this. Like, I think that's the most damage I take. But yeah, no, like, it's just, once you get the full load, once you get the 4 moves, the 4 coverage moves, it's super free. It really is. Everything is just insanely easy and free. Yeah, I believe I'm going to be showing off the blue fight next. Or once I get through this, yeah. All right, yeah, we're going up to the blue fight. This fight can be pretty tough too. He's got a really good team, really wide variety team here. Starts off with the pitch up, which I believe, I'm pretty sure it just goes for sky attack. But I'm just gonna knock it out here just in case it goes for sand attack. I don't think it has sand attack. Oh, it barely lives. Barely lives. Doesn't get one shot by T-Bolt. I'm just gonna knock it out. Executor comes in. We're just gonna knock it out with hidden power. That's a two-shot. It's a two-shot, but Executor doesn't really have the greatest of moves or level up, so it's not too big of a deal. Kind of forgot my strat for this, so now with the Alakazam out, I just surf it. I didn't even use any X specials. Do I not need them? I thought I needed one. Maybe I didn't. That's a crit. Again, like that, I think Erica, with me tanking that Solar Beam, and then me tanking that crit Psychic, I believe those were like the only... I think that's why I included these fights, because they were literally the only damage I took, or like that was meaningful damage, or it looks like I could have been knocked out. But I think I ended up just, you know, winning real handedly anyways. Like, yeah, there's a Rhydon. Nice Rhydon, dude. I'm gonna hit Surf, and it's gonna... It's cooked. Now we're on to the last mod here, I believe, which is the the Arcanine, which I believe it can hit me with an extreme speed, which I believe a crit there would have been really close, but alas, no crit, means I just take the dub, and now we get to face the almighty Red, everyone's favorite. So we get our last badge here, our 16th badge. We're gonna go talk to Oak, and I'll see you guys at the top of Mount Silver, I guess. Oh yeah, trust me, I don't need Flash. I don't need Flash for the top of Mount Silver. So yeah, we're gonna save here. I already put on the rare candies. I believe I just show all my attempts here. It is a very... As you could tell, we do have a Starmie and we're up against a Pikachu. It's a very it can go very poorly very quickly, you know. So I believe my goal here is to just knock it out as fast as possible. Yeah, so it's gonna heal. So I needed it to charm there, because I knew it was going to heal, so I put on one special, and now it has no opportunity to attack me, and we're just gonna... I believe he always throws out Espeon here second, and our goal is to just hopefully not take as much damage as possible and get the rest of our specials up. It went for a Reflect. That's very good. Can we first try it? Maybe. I believe we might be able to, with how that went. We got all of our X specials up. We're gonna one-shot the Espeon here. We've taken minimal damage. The Reflect is, I guess it doesn't really matter. The Reflect doesn't matter. We have no physical moves anymore. But here's where it gets a little dicey. We have Snorlax. Snorlax is a 2-shot, and it used Amnesia, which means it's now a 3-shot, which is very not good. And now I use Rest, yeah. And as you can tell, see, this is where it gets very dicey very quickly. I think this is where I needed to... Let's see if I do the smart move and use Psychic. No, I don't use Psychic. I think using Psychic here is probably the smarter move. Try to lower that special defense that got risen. But I think my plan was like, maybe I can just crit it If I were to crit it with Surf, it would probably just get knocked out. But there we go. We get the drop, but I think it's too little, too late with these snores doing just so much damage to me. I believe with the drop, maybe I can knock out with Surf, considering how much damage it did the first time. No, it barely lives, wakes up, gets the body slam, and we're knocked out. I have to try again. So yeah, and Amnesia basically means we're done, we're cooked. It's just way too bulky. But the start was what we wanted. The start is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for Pikachu to, you know, to use Charm, miss Thunder, which means we have full HP going into Espeon. We just, you know, we get the roll, we get the damage roll. I forgot about that. It's just a straight damage roll there, which actually, if you see, you'll see here, could be a bad thing because I have to use all 3 of my X specials, and there's just a chance that, you know, Psychic from Espeon, even though it's not very effective, it still does a lot of damage. Still does a lot of damage. As you can see, now I lost special defense, and I'm under half health. You're like, okay, well, maybe with this, the Snorlax, you know, will the Snorlax do enough with Body Slam? Is this Body Slam range? That's the question I'm asking myself. Is this Body Slam range? Is it gonna hit Amnesia here? Am I gonna be screwed? But it's gonna hit Body Slam, of course. Am I in range? Yeah, of course I'm in range. Yep, that's gonna do about half health like every time. So yeah, we have to. That's the other thing. That's why sometimes getting the roll on Pikachu is a bad thing, because yeah, I'll get hit with 2 psychics, and with 2 psychic hits, like, that'll put me under half, and then Body Slam just takes me out. So it's very much a process of getting through this and just getting the right moves, the right time, at the right times, you know. So I want this to live, but it hits Thunder. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I think I reset this. Do I reset that? I don't reset this, but I should. I should realistically. I think, yeah. I believe it's just gonna use Quick Attack here. It might even knock me out with it. Oh wow, it didn't even use Quick Attack. That's shocking. I think I'm in Quick Attack range here, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter because the Espeon's gonna come in anyways. I'm just not gonna have any time to knock this out, right? So I don't know, this is all just fruitless. I just wanted to see how much damage it does, right? We're gonna get knocked out, we're gonna restart. So yeah, no, the groundwork is there. We know what we want, we know what we need. Yeah, but I mean, there weren't, besides, you know, this red fight, there were a couple times where I got kind of unlucky, you know, specifically like a little bit on, was it Claire, right, and Price, and I guess a little bit on Erica as well. If you know, just shore up a couple of those mistakes, you know, maybe don't hit the trainer in Bugsy's gym. You know, there's a lot. Oh, it went for Charm. This could be it. This could be our time. We got lucky. It went for Charm. This could be the time. Let's watch and find out. Here we go. Let's hit Surf. We're gonna knock out the Pikachu. Confirmed here. We just have to get to 2 of our X specials up on this Espeon, and we just pray that Snorlax agrees with us, you know? Alright, here we go. We're gonna get our 2 X specials. It's just using straight Psychic. We're not, maybe we see, are we gonna see 2 Psychics here? Or is it gonna use a Reflect? It's gonna use 2 Psychics. We are higher health than last time though. We were at 80 after 2 Psychics, now we're at 86. We have 6 more HP going into the Snorlax. Does that mean, with the 6 more HP, does that mean, can we tank a singular Body Slam? I believe if we tank a singular Body Slam, we win. Because I don't think anyone else, I don't think the triple starters have what it takes to take out the Starmie. And would you look at that? We live with 3 HP. It did 83 damage. The 6 HP that I got from those 2 low rolls actually mattered. Because now we're just gonna, Venusaur's gonna come in. Venusaur doesn't got anything on a +3 psychic. Now I think we just cook. This thing, we just cook. We're gonna outspeed everything. The Blastoise is gonna come in next, which, you know, I'll give them that. Like, that's probably the scariest one. But we do have Thunderbolt. We do have the coverage, and even though it is bulky, it's +3 super effective hit. And with that, we got one more Pokemon. And you know what? Maybe we'll get to see how long this took. Because with the Charizard coming in last, it's just gonna go down to a Surf. And with that, we defeated Red. We defeated Pokemon Crystal with just a Starmie. And I should be zooming out. Let's see. What is the time? What is the final time on this? We're gonna zoom out here. 3:03:36, which I believe is just as fast. I think it's just as fast as a regular Pokemon Crystal speedrun. So that's awesome. It was fun. If you guys want more of this, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, check out the full run. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next one. Thank y'all for tuning in. It was fun. Adios.